Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we're going to talk about one of the biggest and also potentially now found PlayStation 5 game that might be coming out in the near future. Now, of course, this also going to be a little bit of the skeptical side because it might be also on PC, mobile, or just even one of the others. But when it comes to this, there's a brand new IP that's coming out from one of the, funny enough, biggest IPs in the PlayStation Network. Now, as you guys do or do not know, something like Horizon Zero Dawn and Horizon Forbidden West have actually sold astronomical amounts of copies for the game. Although even surprisingly, even sometimes beating out, say, God of War or Spider-Man, depending on when you look at it, or time-wise, etc., etc. But basically, overall, this game has been a very, very top, pretty much 5 within the PlayStation universe. And right now, there's been a lot of murmuring about that there's going to be an MMO involved in the game itself. So we're going to go talk about this and quite a few other little various stories all throughout this video. So you guys will sit back, relax, and enjoy for a lot of really big upcoming console games as well. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We have the ongoing $500 or PS5 Slim giveaway. I want to get that done very, very recently, but I also was sick, so we'll get that done very, very soon, so you guys all know. So get your last minute entries on in and follow the social medias down below. We have the Twitter and Twitch. If you guys are bored, we'll probably be live up right now on Twitch, and let's go and dive on into the video itself. So very interesting. Horizon actually does have the perfect, I would say, well, existence for being an MMO. The world and map itself are really big with a lot of big various monsters, so think maybe about like raids, think maybe if you just want to factor into like say a Destiny style, a live service type style game, or just a general MMO where you maybe have your own individual character inside that universe, you have that same specific futuristic technology, and overall you can kind of think of things like bosses, raid bosses, or whatever it might be, all combined together to make a really, really cool game. And for this, there's been a lot of information now that's even showing that this game even exists. We haven't seen a proper teaser, announcement, or anything else with it, but right now we've been seeing a lot of murmurs of it floating around, saying everything I found out about the Horizon MMO, or the MMO RPG to be precise. You make your own individual character most likely, you have a chance to live in the universe, upgrade your gear, and basically have a chance to have this weird mixture of like olden style gameplay with also a futuristic twist. So saying the game is now essentially confirmed to be in development. As an NCSoft employee posted a job listing on LinkedIn with the codename logo stylized very similarly to all those same logos of the Horizon games. It's developed under the codename of Project Skyline, with the initial codename being Project H. So right now we do have the confirmation, or at least like kind of looming towards it probably being a PC and mobile game. Although we have been seeing a really big influx of MMORPGs coming to things like consoles for the past few years or so. I remember even seeing like Bless Unleashed, which is a popular MMO, coming to that, Lost Ark, and a lot of other various MMOs too as well. Final Fantasy XIV, namely as well. So while this may also be an initial launch on PC and mobile, we'd probably going to assume that Horizon game, which has a very, very big market on the PlayStation, would also most likely be a PlayStation exclusive, although maybe coming out later, or maybe as well them trying to go and trickle on into the PC and mobile market and going from there. It will be on the Unreal Engine 5, which will be even more intriguing, which also might also push the PC and mobile side a little bit more, mainly because if they're not using specifically made PlayStation networks, it also might be very easy then to port over to as well, but also have the same chance to utilize it for PC and mobile. Is expected to launch significantly later than Aeon 2, which is anticipated to be released in 2024 or 2025. So this is going to be a little bit of a bigger project. Now, this also could be maybe in comparison to, say, like Genshin, or think like, you know, those various types of games like Tower of Fantasy, where they're open world, mobile-based, Honkai Impact, where the game itself looks cool, but it's mainly based on microtransactions, etc., etc. That is a potential push, mainly because a lot of MMOs have to be obviously paid to play. So think a game like Final Fantasy 14, World of Warcraft. Those are monthly subscriptions for the live service games to kind of well support it. And we sometimes see things like, say, Destiny. It's doing okay, maybe on expansions, but at the same time, a lot of things, a lot of big money makers make the game free to play, have a very big, proper user base, and then after all of that goes and happens, then you just have microtransactions, skins, characters, upgrades, whatever, to be tied on in. I'm not usually the biggest format of that one, but it would maybe make sense if they want to focalize on that. The project is in developing in Sang-Gun Lee's Lineage IP division, and is led by Hong Young Choi, who previously was head of Lineage W development. The project started apparently around in 2021, according to a former NCSoft employee's resume on both LinkedIn and Facebook. That was always very intriguing because LinkedIn usually does give us a lot of big leaks when it comes to games, mainly in the fact alone that like they're like, hey, I worked on this project for 3 years. My work was there. I can't say it's like an undisclosed project. Some people you do, some people who don't, but somebody they don't know as well. So there's apparently been around 140 people working on this project so far, so a pretty somewhat substantial size, especially because the game's been ongoing for a while and the game is still not fully like fleshed out or even announced. We might have even a few more employees hired or whatever, and there's apparently a very significant number comparable to other advanced and other various unannounced projects, such as Lineage M and Lineage W2 as well. So basically, that's a lot of people working for the company, a lot of people working for the game, and a brand new Horizon game seems very intriguing. As they had a chance to previously report themselves, they registered also a domain for what appears to be a game titled Land of Salvation. Land of Salvation could potentially be the official title for the Horizon MMO. So this assumption is based on the fact that this is the only unannounced game we know of that could be revealed soon, and of course it could also be a project that we're also not aware of as of the second. So right now, this has been floating around. So like this has been like proper information that's been kind of sifted on through, where this has a very similar art style and projection style from the Horizon Forbidden West. And this is like a big thing to note because this was a popular game. Like there has been millions of sales for Horizon, both on Forbidden West and the original game. It's becoming more of the iconic characters, alloy, people really liked it, and as well as also even showcased in other various games, such as say like Fall Guys, etc. So it's intriguing because there's seen people making 3D qualities, 3D mechanics, working on brand new renowned IPs too as well, which is also intriguing because it's a renowned IP overseas. So if they're saying Japanese and going into like overseas, aka American, and at the same time, it does seem like this game is existing. So this is going to be very intriguing because we've never really seen a console MMO. Now, we've seen console games that are live service, think Destiny, think even Halo Infinite, funny enough, but we haven't seen a lot of big games that are pure MMOs. You can maybe say Fortnite, maybe, although it's not really too much an MMO, it's more of a BR, obviously. It's like an MMO BR, live service BR, if anything. But this is very intriguing to go and see because a lot of folks are bringing this up here and talking about this. We have a lot of people with these actual operational like discussions on their resumes too. They are content programs, so this game is coming out either way. We just don't necessarily fully know when, where, and how. But this seems really big. So I'd probably say in my own guesstimation, this will probably be coming to the PS5 at some point. This will probably be all in regards to their Horizon IP, and at the same exact time, seeing this would be very nice to see, because it's somewhat outside the norm, and of course, live service and MMORPGs do kind of a pretty big mix, and especially if they want to push either for microtransactions, so making it free, or if they want to have like a subscription-based service for it, which maybe isn't like the most likely right now for an unknown, unproven IP in terms of the MMO side. We'll have to see how that kind of plays on out, but either way, very intriguing to see nonetheless. Now, some intriguing stuff, though, to kind of just do a little filler videos on this one. Square Enix, though, is apparently now saying they're going to be very aggressive in applying AI, which I really am not a big fan of this one, where they're saying they're going to be trying their best to put this towards using in games, using this for publishing efforts, and I do think this at the end of the day could be really rough, because we don't want to have things like ChatGPT, we don't want to have different AI things, and I almost want to make an anti-AI video, because while there is merits, like you can have a custom-made map, custom-made quest, brand new, basically, vocals and dialogues for every quest you may be on, or have different experiences for every single person playing the game. If you kind of, number one, push on that too bad, they'd be really bad for the gaming industry, for voice actors, game developers, brand new stories and IPs, and typically AI does skew very similarly towards what their end goal products are. We don't usually see too much good stuff when it comes to AI. It's just a lot of various, like you can almost tell when things are AI. Now, over time, it might get better, sure, but at the same time, we don't really want to have that be the mainstay or standard for gaming as a whole. And on top of this too, they also want to use this for AI dialogue and narrative tools. So like I said, you could have individual stories maybe made, but at the same time, it's strange. Though apparently they already have used it for the Final Fantasy VII Remake to make their facial animations better. I can maybe see that a little bit nicer, because not everyone has the time, money, or effort for mocap itself, but it's very still scary to see at the end of the day. We've also seen a little bit more news too as well for Kojima, where Kojima's been trying to go push a little bit more into the Death Stranding 2. They want to keep on pushing a lot more production into the game itself, and they still have even more stuff they have to cook into for basically voice acting, doing Japanese voiceovers, and they want to keep on when making games too as well. They're trying not to do too many business trips, but I'm extremely hyped up for the future of this game either way. And last but not least, we saw just even more notions over here too, where Bobby Totik, where a lot of folks are happy getting out of here, basically saying like just everyone hated him, like Call of Duty devs, Overwatch devs, everything, saying that his decisions in games made every game worse. They did not like it. They tried to do horrible. They threatened to have employees, and just everything seemed horrible to go and see. And this is just bad. I'm very happy he's gone too as well. A lot of folks are coming out in public saying he's rough, and well, thankfully the gaming industry can now heal. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We have the Twitter and Twitch room down below if you guys would like to follow, or for a $500 giveaway, or the everything else for PlayStation stuff. I appreciate y'all so much for watching, and hope you guys all have a good rest of your days, nights, and start of your New Year's too as well.